Guess who didn't unmute himself? Hello, everybody. Welcome here to the second last round of ICR. It is today in Hungary, a track where I don't expect too many overtakes, to be honest. But I'm not sure if the other part in this commentary box might expect them. Hello, Acids.
Hello. Regarding the overtakes, we see it in real life, don't we? You don't get many of them around here, but it's the F1 game. Many different things can happen, so I don't know what we can expect, really. I'm sure we'll see a few incidents. It's a tight circuit, especially in the middle part. Might see a few surprise overtakes in there, but hopefully it's a good race.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, online players are, well, a little more risky when it comes to that stuff. And I guess they will have way more, way more madness. We are here. Let's get a quick look off the track here by the Ferrari of Graphics, who has just led us through turn 4 and teleported back. So we can look at it again. This is turn 5. It's nearly flat out, but only nearly. So taking it at maximum speed can be quite tricky. This is a corner where you don't want to touch the inside curb because it spins you immediately. The chicane... Gosh, this guy is teleporting all around the place. Let's get here to the Williams. BMH instantly retired. Why? Anyways, here through the S's have we just gone. And now we go into the final sector, which has 2 hairpins after one another. This is the first one. And then here on the right is the pit entry. You can take it very late. And here comes the start-finish straight again. And Sigurd Bamse in the Williams will now show us a quick lap. How you drive it in quick. So, in turn 1 on the outside, full steering lock for him here, nearly. Use everything on the outside of the track, DRS immediately again, but with the same detection point as on the start-finish straight. Now around here, this is also a flat corner which you can't hit the curb too much, or otherwise you will lose control. Now, here, this is what I meant, it was a little bit lifted off the gas pedal. And through the chicane, let's see how much curb he takes, not too much. I guess some might risk even more. Okay, Acids, who do you think will take pole position today, as Bjarne Olsen has returned to the league? Not for Aston, but as a reserve driver today in the Sauber.
Well, of course, he did leave, so his Aston Martin seat was taken over. Bjarne goes quickest now, 1:13.8. I think we will see him at the top for the majority of this event. Nardu is going to be up there. He's currently in P3 without a lap. I'm sure Yuri will be in the McLaren. BMH would, but obviously he won't now. He's retired from the session, obviously doing last 2 first challenge. BP will, of course, be up there. Jape and Wards. I mean, I'm listing pretty much everyone here, aren't I? I will say Nardu will take pole position. I think he took pole position last time around. So we'll have to wait and see.
Got yellows in sector 1. That is probably just someone going slow. And I'm right now literally with one hand on my launch pad that I got next to me, which I have programmed to mute me if I press one button. So that in case that Acids talks, I can mute myself. And Graphics has just retired. I don't see in the exact spot. There he is, in the wall. Okay. There in the background you could see him for just barely a moment. And he is in the wall, just as I said.
A shame for him. So early on, I didn't know that was pretty good. Not. But he won't be starting last. That's a guarantee, at least. BMH will be behind him.
Yeah. So next one.
How
Set a lap
on
on
the
this guy. Let's see where he can put himself. Oh, lots of curb there on the outside. Might have lost a little bit of time. But he puts himself into P8. We might actually just activate the leader gap here. Oh, it's 2 seconds behind. So lots of potential on that lap. And the right Cal has also just set a 3-second time, like the gap. And Nardu's time is invalid, but he's probably going for another lap since he didn't pit. Next up to finish a lap, it will be First Troyer and Peep in the Room. Let's see where the other Haas can go. Oh, that was slow. Definitely. But 11th and way off the pace. My god. So, let's again cut back to Nardu. And yeah, he is not on a flyer anymore. That was way too far behind. X3 has joined the lobby. Is he even in the league anymore?
He is. He's a reserve.
Okay. Didn't know that. Oh yeah, that was a chicane cut. Like I have never seen before. Sigurd Bamse not on a quicker lap currently, so lots of people right now either in pit lane or on slow laps. Which is what I like to call the quiet phase in qualifying.
Nardu is coming around a couple final corners. He invalidated his lap though, so this
Yeah.
won't count. I'm sure he'll come into the pit lane.
First
No, he
Troyer
doesn't.
in the
He's on low
Haas.
fuel mode.
Yeah, First Troyer has gone over the line, but according to SimHub, his lap is still valid. Let's see, at least he's finishing it. So let's wait for potential improvement for him. Well, that wasn't what I wanted. This, yeah, slight one, but still 4 seconds off the pace. In other words, lots of improvement needed, and Nadur still going is quite a wonder in my opinion.
On purple through sector 1, to be fair. He's on low fuel mode, so I do wonder if he's going to get around the whole lap.
Yeah, I mean, his tires must be cooked at this point.
He is pushing though, and he looks very quick.
Since when is he in the RB?
Reserve. Oh, there we go. Low fuel mode is struck for Nardu.
Yeah. I was actually worrying about the tires on his end. But fuel came first. And this is Harold being quite adventurous there in the chicane. Missed one apex and then the other as well. Oh yeah, that's definitely not as quick as he could go. There's lots of potential when it comes to being way more bold through these corners. And 10th for Harold. Also 4 seconds. We have lots of people being a lot of the pace.
Would just like to comment, Cal in 9th has done his lap on intermediate tyres. So there are 3 people that can't beat an intermediate lap at the moment. Obviously, might not be their full lap. Might just be a little warm up, but I find it interesting.
Yeah.
Cal.
Right goes round. That is, I think the first mistake that we had on camera today. Obviously we had graphics and BMH exiting the qualifying earlier in their own ways.
Oh, it would be a good lawnmower there. Cutting through a lot of grass. Cal continues on his journey.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jabe right now, who is on a lap, currently in 4th place, so still 9/10 off, because Bjarne Olsen is just that quick. Oh, lots of sliding here for Jabe. Oi, oi, oi. Really a lot of sliding.
Purple through sector 2.
I think your tires are a little bit cooked. But he's still pushing, so let's see where he can go. And he is even finishing the lap. Even bowler stuff here. And here he comes around the final corner. 1 place up and 5/10 up, so that's why he didn't abort the lap, and I think there's still some improvement in it for him. Ollie Matthews now in 4th place. Meanwhile, Danny Olsen's now going on a lap. Jabe has retired from the session.
Crashed into a wall there. Looks like he just drove into it.
Yep. He went straight by the looks of it. Let's see here on the onboard. Now it's green again, so we don't see it anymore. Thanks for nothing. And EX Replays has put himself into 4th. Quite a good lap for the first lap. And let's see, Ollie Matthews. Around the final corner he goes. We have yellow sector 3, that's just a slow car. And over the line, half a 10th improvement and back into 3rd place. Meanwhile, Yuri is finishing a lap. He is 1/10 up, so might go on to provisional pole. Oh no! Missed it by half a 10th. And Jan Olsen has aborted his lap, since it is invalid. EX Replays, we have seen him set a lap already, so nothing to be mentioned there. Wards has gone over the line with a new flyer. And a Ruthless Guy, 4 seconds off his personal best, so nothing big to see from him. And ABC is the next one to cross the line, currently in the outlap. Yellows in sector 2, no one has crashed, just cars going slow. And at the moment I'm really looking left and right at my timing screen and stuff. Trying to figure out who is on a quick one and who's not. We can watch ABC. Who's now going. BP in the room currently out lap. So he will start his main lap now. Quick slide from ABC there. So that's a 10th to be gone already from the time. And Sigurd Bamte is 4/10 ahead of him. So if he wants to get that position, there isn't big room for him for any mistakes, but he is 1/10 up on his personal best, so as we can see, the people that are far back, or half far back, like 1 second, they still have lots of potential in the laps. Hungary is a really tricky track when it comes to having a quick one. And ABC really having a cold brown right there. And once more, this guy is sliding all over the place. And he isn't the first one to do that. And those were lots of lags. Jesus Christ. And he has aborted his lap. As pretty much everyone is in the pit lane right now. BP in the room now. And there he goes. Onto a lap. Never mind, he has finished a lap. And he goes into 4th place, only 1/10 off, so we have a tight leading pack. And after that, a gap. Gap and a half. There's the Williams making way for BP in the room, who isn't even on a lap anymore. But he wants to get that quick in lap. Meanwhile, let's take a look again here. Slide number 1 for ABC. And quickly follows big slide number 2. And Nardu is on an outlap and Fawn on a main lap. Though his timer isn't... Oh, now it is appearing. Great stuff. Bjarni Olsen's on a lap by the looks of it. Yes, he is. Right behind. Right behind Fawn. Now here through the quick turn. And he takes it very well. A little bit of locking up here on the inside. And through the chicane he goes. 1 and 2. Yellows in sector 2 and 3.
one finishing his
And
lap
he goes
now.
to the pits, actually. So, no big improvement to be seen there. Sigurd Bamse, 1/10 up in just the first sector. So, lots of potential on his lap here. Might go past EX replays. Meanwhile, Warts is going onto a lap. And right ahead of Sigurd Bamse is a Ruthless Guy also on an outlap. So Bamse is the next one to actually finish a lap. So let's see, where can he put himself? The lap has looked good so far. Ruthless Guy has disconnected. And here we go, around the final corner. Goes the Williams up into P6. Yeah, half a second improvement. That is solid, definitely. Something that most will accept. And Nardu, about to complete his first lap, and probably the only one today. And it will be P1 for Nardu by 7/10 of a second. Wow! If that is an improvement... Wow! That's a statement, man. EX replays goes onto a lap. Meanwhile, right behind him, the right car is about to finish one. The other Williams, 2 seconds up on his personal best. And that will put him into P6. And Wards, 2/10 improvement. But an invalid lap, so only P4 for him. No more attempts for the Aston Martin. So let's watch first try. Yeah, he's on an invalid lap. BP in the room about to begin one. Right behind him is Yuri. Wards has retired. Just press the button. Nothing special. Yuri also in it. And then is the next one. Right behind Yuri is P8. That is Sigurd Bamse. About to finish another lap. But 4 seconds up. So nothing to count. And this guy is the next one to cross the line. And I think he's the most important one. He has 7/10 of a second to make up in order to get this pole position. And here he goes. Down into turn 1. Oh, lots of sliding here. Off turn 1, not optimal. Using even the overtake ERS. So everything is to play for here. In the game, if you damage your car, it's just there again in the race. No mechanics that are having to rebuild it. Or on the limit, you could see the car slide a bit, but without Jan Olsen losing traction there as well. You could see the car being to the brink of losing control. Here it was a bit too hard on that sausage chop in the chicane. And using everything off that track here in the SS. Could have been a bit more there. Fully over the curb. Once again, 7/10 to make up. I'll repeat that. And Yuri has pushed himself ahead of Bjarne Olsen meanwhile. And now the final attempt of Bjarne Olsen is coming to a halt. Will he take pole position? No, he won't. Barely 1.5 improvement, and Nardu is on pole position by a landslide, and Ollie Matthews is out. He has crashed himself into the wall, and we can't see Nardu since he pressed the retire button. But this is P2, it is Yuri, as Harold is now just getting pushed into his garage. And with that, it is decided the pole position goes merely surprising to Nardu, who has been on pole last race, I think, in Singapore, but then it ended in a very, very tragic way for the Red Bulls, since both have crashed out in the final 2 laps.
Well, what did I say about Nardu? Oh, I called it earlier on. Said Nardu will be on pole. He is. Yuri will be alongside him.
And this is your pole sitter today. Nardu takes pole position right ahead of Yuri, but with 5/10, half a second of gap. That is massive. just like your mom. And those are the incidents. Nothing much. And we will see us in just a moment. Loading complete, says the game. Now it is complete. And we are here for the race in Hungary. Round 9. Only 2 races left with this one included. And Bjarne Olsen only has to become... what position does he need to become the champion of this season? I think just ahead of BP in the room, right?
Yes. The gap is 23 points that Bjarne is ahead of BP.
So 3 more points than BP in the room will secure him the championship.
Although
So
it's
have
1
fun
for pole,
doing
2
the
for
math.
fastest lap.
Huh?
It's 1 for pole, 2 for fastest lap.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Pole position, no point. And 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And for the second last time, we are going Hungary here in ICR Season 8. Nardu takes a great start, but Yuri does as well here. Already in a position to attack into turn 1 is the McLaren, and he is not taking the risk, or is he now? On the later part of the corner, he is taking it, and he is side by side, but not ahead. Nardu with a better acceleration out of turn 1, and they are now decided how they will go, and they stayed like they were right before. Bjarne Olsen successfully defended his 3rd place, which is good championship-wise, because in 5th place is BP in the room, and right now the championship would be his, I think. Lots of lag here, I'm sorry. And now it's kind of calmed down. In the moment that I say that, Wards crashes out, safety car on lap 1, classic ICR moment. Wards, simple mistake on his own by the looks of it. And BP in the room moves up 1 place. And we got both championship contenders right behind one another. And Aces, I will leave with the replay quickly as I get myself something to drink quickly.
Look at this. I was just about to say it was a clean start. Now, as you just said, I think it was self-inflicted, that crash. However, it's not good for him, and it makes it a bit worse for Bjarne as well, the position he is in. So we've had a crash, safety car, lap 1, and Wards. Yeah, self-inflicted mistake. I did watch the replay a bit behind, so I've only just seen it. So that is a shame to get a safety car so early on. It was a great start by everyone. It was a simple mistake. Let's to a safety car. Hello, Tejas.
Okay, and I am back. Simple mistake, says Acids. And now my voice restored after that start. And a quick drink. Yeah, I'm back. I can commentate again. Because I have the little habit of basically just destroying my voice when these moments happen.
ABC's pit onto the hard, so he's the only driver to pit during this safety car period. Might be the only chance he gets to pit under a safety car period, but I assume he's going to have to pit again. I don't think hards can do 34 laps around Hungary. Be very surprised.
Okay, yeah. And, well, no one pitted, but that gives us time to have a look at the tires. Basically everybody on mediums except ABC, who has gone onto the hard tires.
Yeah, I've got no tyres on me right now. I am tireless.
Yeah.
That is a word I do not know. PMH has had a good start. He's already up to P9. Prix Stroyer ahead of him. He's gained 8 positions off the start. Jape has gained 4 up into P5. ABC's lost 4 after pitting.
Your mic is cutting off.
He always does this. I need a new one, I swear. Prix Stroyer in P8 up 3. Most people have stayed in their same positions.
Yeah. So, no changes at all in the leading pack. Bjarne Olsen, as of now, is champion, I think. Is he? I think so, yeah.
25, 8 and 15, 12. That's 3, 23, 24, 26. No.
No?
No.
Okay, well, yeah, he didn't get pole, so... Yeah, you're right. I think you're right, yeah. P4 is 12 points, P3 is 15. Safety car in this lap. Yeah, but P5... Yeah, that's a 3-point gain. Fastest lap is on Nardu right now. We will now watch as he goes. At any moment, he can dictate the speed of the field, and when he decides, yeah, we're going flat, then the rest of the field can go flat. And that moment is now.
There he goes.
Here he goes. Good start for Nadu. Immediately pulls a gap on Yuri, but not the big one as he might have hoped. Bjarne Olsen immediately under attack of BP in the room. Yuri has had a look there at an opportunity, and BP in the room has moved up into third onto the podium positions. Oh, but it's not decided yet. Bjarne Olsen is still holding against. The inside is the one of PP in the room, and he makes it past the Sauber. And he is up into the championship contention as Jape overtakes around the outside on Bjarne Olsen, who immediately gets a position back and even uses more than the track actually allows to use. But apparently it's not an illegal overtake deemed by the game. And Bjarne Olsen can at least hold P4. We have yellows, that is, by the looks of it, graphics. But he is still running.
I think for Bjarne there, he was ahead before he went off the track. So the game allows that, I guess, because he was already ahead before he went off. So Bjarne keeps P4, but BP, importantly for him, he's ahead of his title rival.
Yeah, that's a 3-point gain with that now for BP in the room. Or in other words, still in the championship. Barely. I bet Bjarne Olsen has watched the championship standings from the outside and decided, yep, I'm gonna have to secure this. And decided to rejoin the league as BMH rejoins the overtake faction. That was a really bad wordplay. The X3 place was really close to first door there for a moment, but not in overtaking contention by the looks of it. Now it has calmed down a little bit, which is a sentence that after I say it, usually something happens, but not this time. In this league I really feel like I have lots of commentator curse abilities. Looking at Singapore last week, where literally, while I said that being careful is the biggest priority in order to crash into the wall from the lead on the second
by
lap.
his teammate as well.
Yeah, and his teammate then as well into him. And out of the race 1 lap later on the final lap.
Bjarne's going for a move on the inside of BP. He gets the move done. BP wants to stay alongside. Yeah, Bjarne gets the move done. That's a good move from him.
Yeah. And that is, again, now the gap is 26 points. And I'll take a look at the championship real quick. Where's my Discord? On my second screen. There we go. It's really good to have an iPad for such purposes. And I'll quickly pull out these standings. There we go. Currently, Bjorn Elton, 23-point lead. And he has 1, 2, 3 wins, whilst People in the Room doesn't even have 1. That's crazy. And with that, it means when they are on 26, which is the maximum, not the maximum you can gain. You can gain 27, so theoretically still in the race. 28 are possible in this league with the pole position point. Fastest lap currently on Nadu. And the leading pack is separating slowly. Yuri really having no one ahead or behind him. But that isn't a reason to stop concentrating. You have to keep the focus. And the right car is now planning an overtake on Jape. But the problem is that ahead of him is a corner that you don't overtake at. Because it's literally impossible. And ABC is the second one to receive a 3-second time penalty for too many track limit infringements.
Just, I think, held on to his DRS. Down this straight. No, he's not. He's lost it. He has lost his DRS to Bjarni, which is no help, especially with an eager Jape. And Cal behind BMH goes for a move.
Oh, there, down turn 1, bold overtake, but it is done cleanly. And even has DRS. So, able to hold the position as people in the room is slowly starting to lose DRS.
Ooh!
To his fellow Owen Nardu, the first one in the leading pack to get the 3 seconds. And as of now, if you put those onto the time, that is half a second behind Yuri. So, time to pick up the pace. And Yuri will have seen that. And still is losing 3/10 in one sector. Nardu really the king of pace today. Let me have a look at the championship quickly. Nardu, where is he? Only 16th. 8th place last week in Singapore. He has been classified actually because he was in... because he crashed after the 90% mark of the race, and 90% is what you need to be classified in an F1 race and not counted as DNF. And EX3 place has just gone past First Joya, as ABC has also gone past a Ruthless Guy. The right car. Here we have a little pack that he is in, and we just we went to him in the moment that he has gotten his third infringement on track limits. And look, he is sniffing on that McLaren gearbox. Oh my god, that is look at it, he is so much faster and he just can't go past you through the SS. Must be awful. That might have been a track limit infringement as well. Right, Cal really has to get a little more careful on that. Very sharp into these corners. Trying to get a really early apex, and now that McLaren is speeding off with the DRS and Raikkonen has absolutely no chance whatsoever, whilst BMH has looked for an opportunity. First try into the pits. ABC past the Red Bull of Fawn. Oh, and those two here have touched. You can only see like a frame of it. Wow. Look at it. These two so close. Right, Carl? Definitely better when it comes to pace, but the DRS that the Mercedes are giving to the McLaren are really helping him. And BMH nearly lost it there, and the right car looked for an opportunity to go past, but he couldn't get it. Oh yeah, and that was a big lockup for the Williams. And if I were right car, I would try to tone down the pace a bit. And he's going for the pit lane now. BP in the room also has gone for the pit lane. Let's see what tires Mercedes number 1 goes on. We are currently in mediums, and it will be the hard tire on the car. And the Red Bull behind also, and the right car has come out as well with hard tires. In the X3 place has the hard tires as well. BMH now in attack mode on that Mercedes. No more teammate for Jape to protect him. Oh, and both make a mistake here out of that corner. So both had a time loss, but since both had it, it didn't really make a difference. And you can see that McLaren sliding a little bit, as well as the Mercedes there over the white line that marks the track limit. Okay, Ace, do you think that Jape will go in now?
I think whatever Jape does do, BMH will do the opposite. Yeah, so Jape's come in, BMH has stayed out. It's going to be interesting with Cal pitting as well, because you think Cal will undercut BMH. Will he undercut Jape?
Nardo in pit. And he goes on to the hard tires. What a surprise! And with that, he puts himself back into the field. Yuri has gone for the pit lane, so next lap I expect BMH to go. And Nardu is 5th, 1 second behind Acids. He won't get the DRS here, since the detection point is...
undercut Jape.
Yeah, right, Cal was Jape here. So by the looks of it, right Cal's strategy might have gone on to be the better one.
Well, you'd assume he'll be past BMH as well, so that'll be another move done under the pit stops. So that will elevate him 2 or 3 positions.
Yeah. And EX3 place has gone past Graphics. And Nardu now really in that battle here with ABC, which I'm wondering, will he fight? I mean, he's on the older hard tires, but he has done his stop. Meanwhile, Bjarni Olsen has gone in, and ABC is really holding up the RB. That might make a difference when it comes to strategy, because Bjarni Olsen and BMH are both in now. And Nardu is trying it here on the outside of the start-finish straight, and is now going past. But ABC might have a word. No, he won't, and there's Bjarni Olsen coming out of the pit lane. And by the looks of it, Nardu back into first, and quite a solid time gain for him. Bjarni Olsen has been overtaken by BP in the room here in the pits. So whatever he did has cost him lots of time. Yellows in sector 1, that is Destroyer out on the inside of that corner. Let's check if Ruthless Guy's onboard camera can capture that. Yeah, just go through, and nope. Car's already gone. Sigurd Bamse has to be let pass as well. But thanks, Ruthless Guy, for trying to at least capture the car. And Nardu has left. He has disconnected, so re-invite, please. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Good.
BRB.
The thing that I just heard was acids leaving the call, by the looks of it. Why? That's the bigger question right now. Acids? Where did he go? Interesting. And Fawn in the pits. Ollie Matthews is staying out. And here is his teammate ABC now. For a second stop. And there he is again.
Hello, hello, sorry.
Oh, thanks for changing the camera perspective, game. And there is Ollie Matthews off track. Huh? Weird. Probably try to let his teammate through, which is quite smart. If you go off track, the game lets you let someone else pass. And that was probably somewhat team order.
Nardu doesn't seem to be online. That isn't good for him.
Your mic is cutting off again. And I guess we're doing one more lap here. Pit window is open apparently, according to the game, but the safety car that is all gone different, to say the least. We have Nardu, doesn't rejoin the lobby very soon. He will definitely lose P1 there. Yuri is really pushing him there. My god. And EA has, by the way, started to allow people to register their interest in the playtest for the upcoming F1 game. So if you are over 18 and have never worked at EA before, or not an EA affiliated content creator, something-ish stuff, or not employed at any journalist stuff, then you can register your interest in participating in the playtest, which isn't a guarantee that you will get access to the playtest, but you have a chance, a bigger chance, and we now have a 100% chance to see Nardu getting overtaken. Okay, that was Beep in the room there. For some reason just going to the grass, or was it Jabe? And again, it was Jabe. Tires might be a little too hot.
Way are I doing the restart?
Yes,
A
and
dodgy
now...
restart.
Oh, lobby restart or what?
No, it's going to be a dodgy restart.
Oh yeah, with Nardu's AI now deciding when to go, and PP in the room, nearly losing control of his car, meaning that Yuri, that Björn Olsen will now have a shot at this position here, going through the ghosted cars, and Björn Olsen is making it a good one, probably. PP in the room holding against it, and now once again PP in the room on the inside, colliding with Björn Olsen, making Jabe to go into overtaking position against the Sauber. Again, they touch. And Bjarne Olsen has lost a position instead of gaining one, and even lost his end plate. Nardu losing one more position, and there has been a yellow flag for a little bit. And Nardu is down into 9th. Has he been invited yet, or?
He's not online.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I think his entire Wi-Fi or something has gone down, probably. Very unfortunate. And BMH. Is looking for an overtake against Bjarne Olsen. McLaren now into the 4th place. And we
Yellow
got yellow
flag.
sector 3, that is number 15. And the right car here in a battle with an Alpine and a Red Bull. ABC versus right car. And the Williams looks to take the position back. And Tigre Bamze also passed graphics. He was ghosted and probably just in AI right now. As Yuri is starting to pull a gap to BP in the room, who has built quite a gap to Bjarne Olsen now. Bjarne Olsen getting 10 points as of now. BP in the room gets more. 17. 18. 18 points. And that means 8 points more for BP in the room. So the 23 points gap goes down to a 15, which still is a lot of points and makes Bjarne Olsen the probable champion if he just attends the next race. But if Olsen fumbles in Canada, that just might change. And here is ABC versus right car, and they touch. ABC nearly going around. But he's still on track and right behind the Williams. Really hard racing here today. As we're just past the halfway point of this race. Also, Aston Martin is leading the constructors by 22 points. But their cars are not in any points position today, whilst the Mercedes are, and they will take the lead of the constructors at the end of this race if it stays like this. Currently 18 and 15 points for them, so that's a 23 in total. So they will go 1 point ahead of Aston. And there goes ABC, making way for Ollie Matthews, giving the other Alpine a shot at the Williams. ABC is always ABC, man. I'm keep confusing ASIDS and ABC today. I don't know why. But ASIDS right now, as always, in Evan mode, so he can't even hear me, which is amazing. And those Mercedes are really close to one another, but it would only make sense to let people in the room stay ahead. And meanwhile, Harold gets the 3 seconds, and now Jape goes past, and BMH does as well, and BMH has lots of momentum, but not enough momentum to go into another overtake for the second position, as Ollie Matthews is successful on trying to pass that Williams, who has lost an end plate. And Bjarne Olsen really losing time to the Mercedes McLaren sandwich. But he's lacking an end plate, so corners like these are really hard for him, as EXP Place gets 3 seconds as well. And right now, Yuri is more than in the lead, with Jape having a 3-second time penalty as well. Deep in the room, obviously looking for an opportunity to re-overtake the McLaren. McLaren and Mercedes probably the biggest scorers in terms of points today. Let me check that quickly. That is Ace, it's gone again. Yeah, McLaren P4 in the constructors. Currently McLaren is at 90 points, with Alpine the next one at 119, so 29 points gap. And they are getting 25 plus 15, that is exactly 40 points. So 40 points for them. And we got yellows in sector 3, that is number 15, a roofless guy. DMH. I'm sorry that I don't have Do Not Disturb on. But actually, whilst Aces isn't here, we can just do them on stream. And a ruthless guy has decided to retire in the pit lane. As BMH still manages to stay out of PP in the room and has built a little bit of a gap, which allows him to attack the other Mercedes. Let's see if McLaren can improve their amount of points. There's yellows in sector 1 in this area here. Big lag, I'm sorry. And yeah, he is allowed to go past, or is he? Jape has a word against it, and now the McLaren goes here. And they're still fighting here for the position. Second place, will it be a McLaren 1-2 as of now? Yes, it will be. Even on track, not just with penalties included. And Aces has rejoined the channel, so I'll unmute him on Discord, on OBS. Welcome back.
Hello, hello.
McLaren has just made it a 1-2.
Oh, damn, yeah.
And that allows them to have 43 points today. 43 points, that means with Alpine getting exactly 2 and 4, so 6 points. That's 36 gain for McLaren, and with a points difference of 29 that they have currently, McLaren would go third in the constructors today. Also Mercedes third and fourth. That's 12 and 15 points for them, so 27 in total, and currently 22 behind Aston Martin, or in other words, P1 in the constructors. And Carl has retired from this session. Where is he?
Pit lane.
Pit lane, yeah, okay. Huh. Sudden that he had to leave here. Didn't expect that to happen. EP in the room, 3 seconds for him now. That makes Bjarne Olsen be ahead of him. And he already has quite a gap to his teammates, so Bjarne Olsen is only coming closer to him. The stakes of the championship are changing every lap. Not really, but I just said that for dramatic effect. I remind you, 23 points gap. Fastest lap still credited to Nardu, who is currently 10th with his AI, but since he didn't drive most of the race, that makes him declassified automatically. So, EP in the room, currently well, theoretically behind Bjarne Olsen, so 10 points for him, 12 points for Bjarne Olsen, a 2-point gain for him. That would make the gap 25 points. And since you can gain 28, he's not technically champion in this season, but it is really unrealistic, to be honest, that PP in the room pulls anything here. So it's safe to say that Bjarne Olsen is gonna be champion after this. Or at least after Canada. But he can change that. He can, of course, improve his points gain even more. The fast lap gives you 2 points. And that would make it a 27 points improvement. Or 27 point gap, so still 1 point behind. But EX Replays is actually close enough, so even more of a gain here for... Oh no, EX Replays has a penalty as well, so that doesn't matter. Keeping the room is really fighting for a single point here. That would theoretically hold them in championship contention. And that was a locked up tire there. Assumingly from Jape or BP in the room. I have to admit that Hungary has, or is, quite boring, as I predicted. You can see the cars being relatively close to one another, but not close enough for battles. It's evenly spread out, except for P9 to P10, where a 13-second gap is there. For some reason. And here's a quick tire comparison of Bjarne Olsen's and BP in the Room's tire. And you can see that BP in the Room is really struggling with acceleration grip, since his rear tires are cooked a lot more. Meanwhile, the Red Bull and Alpine are in the pits. EX Replays has gone on to mediums, and ABC is doing exactly the same with 9 laps left in this race on a 4.3 kilometer circuit. So if you get out your calculators and put in 4.9 times... Oh, times 9, then you can get the kilometer amount. 44 kilometers for those tires, and the sky is getting cloudier. It's way more overcast now.
Only a 19% chance of rain.
You were quiet as hell, but on OBS you weren't. Because I have great filters applied. So I didn't understand what the viewers probably did.
Oh, sorry. There's only a 19% chance of rain at the moment. So
Okay.
no real risk.
I mean, the base it says that must be true. Don't take that forward. Let's see, I'm actually gonna whip out a weather forecast that I saw that I can have. Not working though. Nice. That's great. Okay, back to the broadcast screen. And Sigurd Bamse has been overtaken by ABC, who has also gone past the AI of Nardu. And Nardu now even out of the points. Has he sent any messages in the Discord maybe regarding his disconnect? I'm not sure. Guys didn't hurt to die. Okay. And secret bomb save, 3 seconds for him. Let's actually have a quick look at the penalties here. Yeah, 3 seconds for everybody who has one. And EX3 Place has just claimed the fastest lap, which is 2 points. So, EX3 Place not having driven at all, I think, in this season. Did he? I don't know. He's not in the top 20 in the championship, so probably his first points here. And Fon also 3 seconds, so now a total of 3. If I got that right. 3 seconds for him. And Bjarni Olsen has closed in on BP in the room, but didn't make a move. Let's see if Bjarni Olsen makes the move now. Going for it. Or is he? Yes, now on the inside. Late change of lanes. And was too late. Have a good potential for an overtake. Bjarni Olsen stays behind. And this is Hungary, my friends. Literally nothing is happening. And Bjarni Olsen has big strain on his fronts. What Ollie Matthews is quite equal on those. But Ollie Matthews doesn't really matter. I actually want to see the ones from people in the room. Thanks. Oh, and my speaker's doing funny stuff. Problem fixed. And you could see the smoke from Jabe having looked up earlier, and now he gets 3 seconds as well, but I think those are his second ones, so yeah, 6 seconds for him, but doesn't matter since people in the room has 3 seconds as well, so still only a 3-second loss to the Mercedes. And now that was a late hard defense from the Mercedes, and Bjarni Olsen saying, hey, let's go back to the racing line, and people in the room only halfly making with him, and they collided. I didn't see that at first, and Bjarni Olsen in the wall, no front wing for him, and the virtual safety car is out, and I'm sure that this will be a penalty for BP in the room. Collision between the championship contenders, and is in the favor of second place. And will cost Bjarni Olsen quite a bit, I'm sure. Who's now going around the track without the front wing. But luckily to him, everybody else has to drive at a reduced speed as well. So the time loss shouldn't be too big. Since he has to do an entire lap of this before he can go into the pit lane. And there was BP in the room. 5 laps left, and we have a collision between championship contenders. Let's check if BP in the room has any damage. Doesn't look like it. He is staying out, and now the championship leader into the pits. Ollie Matthews, drive-through penalty, speeding in the virtual safety car, and just as Bjarni Olsen's going in, the VSC ends. Oh man. I know who will be complaining today in the general chat. Or driver chat, both is possible. And there is a new wing on the nose. And Bjarni Olsen down into 9th. 10th even. So, 1 point for Bjarni Olsen. And 12th for BP in the room. An 11-point gain. And suddenly, very, very suddenly, we have a closer championship From a 22 point gap, 23, I'm sorry, we go to 12 points. And Bjarne Olsen really has to go now. I mean, a time penalty for Sigurd Bamse will put him up at least one position. Maybe two with ABC as well. So 4 points, yeah, 15. Still makes him the favorite for the championship, but... Oh, Ollie Matthews also into the pits now. And with fresh tires he might just claim the fastest lap as well. So, really it's getting even more unclear. And we'll have to do way more calculations now as Bjarne Olsen is preparing an overtake here on Sigurd Bamse, already bonking him there in the rear and passed before the finish line as well. Ay ay ay. And let's have a look at the incident actually. There we go. Very hard there, and they have been hard on the entry already, and then the Mercedes just goes to the right. Like Bjarne Olsen never was there. And he is now down into 9th of time penalties, 8th. So 4 points for Bjarne Olsen. 12 for BP in the room. One other than 8-point gain. Jape goes into the pit lane. This will get BP in the room up by 1 position. The hard tires didn't do it anymore, so quickly put on those mediums. Apparently no software available. And Bjarne Olsen is now 8th, even with on-track position, and he might just go past Ollie Matthews as well, huh? Maybe. Ollie Matthews is on fresh tires as well. Jape only lost a single position to his teammates, so 15 points now for people in the room, and Bjarne Olsen gets fastest lap. Put even 2 more on him, so 4 plus 2 is 6. That means, yeah, 6 points for him. BP in the room gets in third, he gets 15, so 9 point gain. 23 minus 9 is 14. Right? 14, yes. So with a similar situation next week, we might just get a close fight, but... Oh man. BP in the room will have to be in the leading pack next week if he wants to have a chance. And he only gets it if Bjarne Olsen is on a similar position as where he is now. And with only 1.5 laps left, Bjarne Olsen wants to get even more points now, going up. It's 6 points. Plus 2 for the fast lap. 8 now. And he is gaining back a lot of time. And he has to get into a 3-second window within the Red Bull there. That is ahead of him. Driven by Fawn. And then we will... And we will have him in 6th even. And yeah, that's happening definitely. As Yuri is about to go onto his final lap here in a race that he dominated. Won the start and went off into the distance like it was nothing. No, never mind, that was Nardu doing exactly that. And we just had yellows in sector 1 for a moment, but doesn't look like it was Bjarne Olsen or anything big. Bjarne Olsen now well within that 3-second window for P6. And Yuri, one of the only few that have managed to keep it. Keep it clean. And oh, Jape takes back the fastest lap from Bjarne Olsen. So, we have to do calculations once again. So, 1.2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, 8 points for Bjarne Olsen. And for people in the room, it is 15. 7 points. 23 minus 7. That is 16. 16 points gap. As of now. And we're on the final lap, so I don't expect much to happen here. And people in the room might just get a penalty as well, so the gap will go bigger, and it's very probable that Bjarne Olsen will win this. Unless he makes a big mistake here. And here is Yuri going around the final corner here in Hungary to win round number 9 in ICR with only one race left after this. It's a McLaren 1-2. And probably yet to get a time penalty as well. But for now, onto the podium goes BP in the room, closing the gap in the championship by quite a bit. His teammate locks in right behind. Bjarne Olsen even fighting versus Fawn here on track as well. As Fawn's teammate, the Ace Replace, is about to go over the line as well. And here they come. Oh, over the line in a duel here, nearly colliding. And it is Bjarne Olsen ahead. Due to time penalties as well. Only 3 thousandths on track that have separated them. And that it is. Yuri wins in Hungary.
No, I mean, it had its fair share of exciting moments, it had its fair share of not so exciting moments. We expected that from Hungary, but good job from the two McLarens to eventually eke out that win. I wouldn't have called that one from the start, to say the least, so good for them.
I should have muted myself. Yeah, this is the podium. McLaren 1-2 and a Mercedes of PP in the room. But I think that is going to change quite soon. And well, this is the result. And let's quickly have a look at the incidents as well. Incidents. And lots of warnings. A drive-through. Some penalties. And well, a championship that could change next week, but it's not very probable. But we'll see. We'll see us next week in Canada. Thanks for watching.